Hey everybody, welcome to Escape Room Reviews. I'm Brian.
I'm Zach.
And today we're going to talk about NorCal Escape Company in Yuba City, California. Alright, so first of all, Yuba City, California, most people wouldn't be familiar with that. It is north of Sacramento, 45 minutes north of Sacramento, about 2 hours from San Francisco, and about 2 hours 20 from Reno. Is it worth it? We'll let you know. So NorCal Escape Company has 3 rooms currently: Foxtail Saloon, Escape Truck, and Condemned 2. They're only open very limited hours. So if you go to their website to book, you're going to see Friday anywhere from 6 to 9:30, Saturday 4 to 9:30, and Sunday 4 to 7:15. That doesn't sound like much, but I'll tell you, we were down there for Trans-Siberian Orchestra, spent the night, and I contacted the owner, left a message. Owner got back to me on text and set up special times for us. And I just took a look on their website, looked at bookings for different days. They do have other private bookings different days, so they'll work with you. If those times don't work, reach out to them anyway.
So first impressions of NorCal Escape Co. The location is kind of hard to find. It was in like you had to get off the main road and then turn on this like dirt road, and then it was back in a like back warehouse bit. But it was a really good like private little location. You knew you had it to yourself.
And I'll say this: they had some good signage out there, and our GPS got us there.
Yeah, so. Yeah. Parking wise, there's plenty of parking for what was needed. The lobby was nice and spacious. They had heaters / AC units above you that you could turn on and off. And then I think 3 couches to sit on.
A lot of space.
Yeah, a lot of space. And we had Jamie, one of the owners, was our game master for the day, and he did an awesome job. Totally got into character for the different roles, but also explain the rules, and NorCal has a great sense of comedy in their stuff. Even their like signs outside are little comedic, like if we're not there in time it's because we have to hide the body, or stuff like that. So first impressions wise, they were really fun, really good, and
yeah. So the 3 rooms, when he reached out to me, we set up these times. He suggested we do them in order from easiest to most difficult, and friendliest to scariest. So totally agreed with that, and he set them up that way. So we started with Foxtail Saloon. It's 45 minutes, 4 to 8 players, anywhere from 25-50 a person to 35 a person. It's tiered depending on how many in your group. 25 to 50 to 35 a person, pretty cheap for an escape room. Granted, it's 45 minutes, not an hour, but I still think it's very fair.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then what did you think of the room?
I thought the room was awesome. I was very pleasantly surprised. Set wise, amazing. Jamie described it as kind of being a period piece, so there really aren't there's not bicycle locks, there's not really mag locks or anything. Everything pretty much made sense with the time. And for that, there's creaky floorboards. There was real Smith & Wesson guns. I mean, obviously not functional, but they were real metal ones. And all the puzzles, there weren't many puzzles, but they were all they felt on theme with being a treasure hunter. You're not in an escape room. You're trying to solve the mystery. You're trying to find what little clues lead to each other, and it all made perfect sense on theme. So I thought that was really, really good. Yeah,
I'd say the only complaint at all maybe is it was not linear, and it was not necessarily obvious where to start. The signposting maybe lacked a little, but definitely on theme. Decent puzzles. Nothing, wow, that was amazing, but still good. Little surprise in the use of space. There was one surprise space that we went into, and once you got going, it was fine. It was getting going could be a little tough, but overall, it was. Even the set was phenomenal.
Even the clue system was on theme. They had the old telegraph. Yeah, where they had a little bucket or cup of coins, and you had to actually pay the man upstairs who owns the saloon and send him a telegraph and he would send it back. It was actual like paper telegram. It was cool.
Yeah. So we played with 4 players. It's allowed 4 to 8. I don't know. This one would be okay for 5, I guess, because it's non-linear. You can split up and go. I definitely wouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't do any room with 8 people. Honestly, it's just how we are. But they rated a difficulty of 3 to 5 their easiest room, and I would agree with that. They don't allow anybody under 10 years. It probably could, but I get it. I get that. All right. So Escape Truck.
Yeah. So Escape Truck. Real unique. It is you know the story is you are convicts and you've paid off a dirty guard to make your escape on the prison transfer bus or truck van thing. But so you start up like locked up in a real prison transfer bus.
Yeah, they literally take you outside. Open up the bus and put you in it.
Yeah, and that was really cool. I mean, it's a pretty small space.
Yep.
I mean, they still made 3 spaces out of it, surprisingly. But as far as authenticity is amazing. You know, it'd be like doing a submarine room, and they actually put you in a submarine. Like they did a really good job. Really unique puzzles, stuff actually like on theme still. I mean, you start handcuffed and the handcuffs are for some puzzles. There's things on both sides of the truck, because like in a real truck you have the like metal divider in between you, so there's 2 of you on this side, 2 of you on this side, so you have to do puzzles on both sides of the truck as well, working together. I thought it was really good. Yeah,
so Escape Truck is 61 minutes. Weird, I know. 40 to 60 a person, depending on how many you have. So you are getting a little higher up there compared to everything else in the area. But such a cool experience. This one takes 2 to 4 players, and I think 4 is good.
Yeah,
honestly,
I
2 or 3 could be doable, but 4 was just fine. This one they rate a 4 or 5 difficulty. Fair. I mean, it is definitely their middle most difficult room.
Yeah.
And that 10-year age minimum as well. I agree though. They're such a unique, cool experience. It's portable, so they could actually, you could go and play. They could take the room elsewhere and have it played. But really cool. GM got into character beforehand. Mm-hmm. Kind of led you astray with what was going on, and then took on the role of the mean guard and face against the wall and get you handcuffed and really cool. Some very unique puzzles.
Yeah.
Clever puzzles. The time system, also the clock, fed in perfectly. Your truck crashes, your driver's out. And over the dispatch, over the radio, you're hearing that there's a team en route, and here's how long they're going to be. So you had that pressure on you, and you kind of felt it.
And the clue system was the dirty guard you paid off like hit a cell phone as well under one of the things. So that was again on theme, nothing like insane, but. Still, I mean, I've seen cell phones used worse in escape rooms than the system. So
exactly. Third room's called Condemned to the Box. It used to be just called Condemned. They've added onto it. This one has a ton of Terpeca nominees and awards, finalists, multiple years. We'll throw it up here somewhere. 90-minute room, 4 to 10 people. I'm going to tell you. You have to have a minimum of 4. Yeah. There are sometimes they tell you minimum of 4 and you pay for less and you can play it. We actually had some enthusiast friends that are, I think, 450 plus rooms now each. They booked it, they drove, they didn't bother to check. They were only 2 people, they were turned away. You have to have 4 for this room because of the split start. So 5 of 5 difficulty. This one you have to be 13 years of age or older. I get it. This one's definitely more horror themed. This one's $37 to $55 a person.
Still super reasonable.
But it's reasonable. It's a 90-minute room, not a 60-minute room. So do that. talk about?
I think this was, by far their best game.
Yes.
And that's obviously nothing against the other ones, but this one's just amazing. Set-wise, puzzle-wise, awesome. Split start, so you have the east end and the west end, and actually split start and split first 45 minutes. You have completely different rooms, each with your own 4 or 5 puzzles. I think there's 3 mandatory to get into the central room to get together, but there's another 2 or 3 optional ones that eventually have to get done regardless.
And you do have to communicate with each other to get started.
Yes, yeah, there's that was a really cool puzzle. We struggled with it, and that's why we eventually failed the room. But it was a really cool starting puzzle. And then Kyle and I's side was really cool. We had a key maze and a bunch of other super unique puzzles. The set was awesome. I mean, it's your traditional serial killer, creepy, dingy basement thing, but really, really well done. And this one's kind of a secret society thing as well. So our side had these cool masks. But everything just felt super in theme. The middle room was awesome, with the ceiling especially, which the ceiling is not something that usually gets pointed out in escape rooms, but the ceiling was super well done.
Yeah, and so my wife and I started on the opposite side. Again, you work together to get past that first puzzle, and then we didn't see them for half hour. So, but we didn't care. We were having a great time. Awesome puzzles, amazing set. Some unique ways that rooms transformed.
Yes.
That were unexpected. I always dig that.
Oh, yeah.
I pointed out their concrete work in the room, and he appreciated that. Just so well done. You do have the option. We did have the option. We got to the point where we could have got out.
Yes.
But I don't know when we'll get there again. So no, knowing we probably wouldn't get out anyway, we continued on. But you can stop at that point and then go back and start from that point and finish out the room another day. So I do like that. Again, we carried on knowing it was going to be slim to no chance of actually getting out because of our slow start, but that's okay. We thoroughly enjoyed it.
Absolutely
had a blast there.
Well, and that's what makes it the box. Is we finished Condemned with about 5 minutes left, the original version of the room, but since then the box part is there is a additional probably 15 minutes of puzzle content, requiring a player sacrifice, if you will. And we had 5-7 minutes on the clock, so we knew we weren't going to finish the box bit, but we wanted to experience it anyway.
But the cool thing is, this room is totally replayable.
Absolutely.
My wife and I didn't see their side 30-45 minutes of it. They didn't see our side. They had a glimpse of it.
Yeah, we'll walk over
they didn't do any of the puzzles or anything, so totally replayable, which is fantastic. That's
Absolutely.
usually not the case.
Yeah.
So, final thoughts on the place. I'm going to start out with the only negative. They don't allow group photos in the rooms. I hate that. I think it's antiquated. If I'm looking at Morty or if I'm looking at reviews on Yelp, Google, or whatever, and I just see 80 pictures of the same pose in front of the same background, it doesn't get me excited. I want to see them with props in the rooms. And I think the theory behind that is, we don't want no spoilers, and we don't want people pre-solving a puzzle. I'm just giving a quick glance at a photo and going, that looks cool, I want to play it. I'm not sitting there trying to figure out puzzles in the background. So it's my only knock. But I will say they're very accommodating.
Absolutely.
Just get a hold of them and, hey, we're available this day. Are you, hey, you got anything early or whatever. If you're going to make the trip, it's not really that far if you live somewhere in San Francisco Bay Area, Sacramento, or Central Valley, or Reno. You're talking 45 minutes to 2.5 hours. Make a day.
Worth it.
Yeah, make a day of it. Go
Absolutely.
play all 3 games, have some lunch, whatever, and head back. Like I said, the owner, Jamie, was very accommodating. Really got into character.
Yeah.
The place was fantastic, and all 3 rooms were really good. definitely the order we played them in was the order of how I rank them, and my favorites. Foxtail Saloon was good. Escape Room Truck was just so unique and fun, and then Condemned 2 was just amazing.
Yeah.
It made my top 10.
Yeah,
Instantly made my top 10.
Yeah.
Even though we didn't get out, but we will go back and play it at some other time. So make the trip, head on up there, and have some fun.
Yeah. No, I don't think there's anything else really to say. It was phenomenal. I'm glad we decided to go up there and try their games. They're highly rated on Morty, and for good reason. It's absolutely worth it. I mean, even like from Reno, you're talking like 5 hours travel total, but it's totally worth it for the games. Condemned was fantastic. Escape Truck is super cool, and the Saloon was awesome as well. So, yeah.
Yeah, and until next time, guys, go escape a room.